Namaste, and welcome to those of you who are gathered for the commemoration of the Mahasamadhis of Master and of Swami Sri Yukteswar, and of those of you who will be viewing this at a later time. And thank you very much for inviting me to share some thoughts with you. One thought that always comes to mind when it's the Mahasamadhi of any of our masters is, why in the world would we ever be celebrating the day when a master leaves? Should we not be celebrating the day when he arrives? And of course, we do. Why does a master come to this earth? He comes because he made a promise to God. He promised God to look after us, each one of us. I'd like to read to you just a few sentences from the autobiography of a yogi that Mahavatar Babaji said to Lahiri Mahashaya the day that he met him. And Babaji says, "Though you lost sight of me, never did I lose sight of you. I pursued you over the luminescent astral sea where the glorious angels sail. Through gloom, storm, upheaval, and light, I followed you like a mother bird guarding his young." And so Master has followed us, each one of us, through so many incarnations. He was born in this age to do God's work. He brought the science of self-realization, the practice of Kriya Yoga, to help suffering humanity, and none of us knew him. What kind of karma is this? And yet, he found us, each one of us. He called each one of us through the autobiography of a yogi, through Swami Kriyananda, through Ananda, and we heard his call. And then he left us. Why couldn't Master be just like Mahavatar Babaji, who promised to remain in a physical form for this entire cycle of the day of Brahma? Why couldn't he be with us right now so that we could call him, message him, ask his advice? Well, Jesus, the last day he was with his disciples, said something very interesting to them. He said, "It is expedient for you that I leave, because if I don't leave, the Comforter will not come to you. But if I do leave, I will send him to you." So what is this Comforter? This is our inner voice, the Guru within us. It's God's guidance to us day by day. It is the Guru's job to make us independent, to help us to walk with our own strength and to find our own inner strength. And that is why the Master leaves, so that we don't depend on his physical presence, but we depend on his presence and guidance within us. He has told us, "To those who think me dear, I will be near." And that is our job now, to message him always, to ask him always for his guidance. What should I do? If Master were here right now, and he is within our own selves, what guidance would he give us in this moment when a great epidemic is sweeping the whole globe? Master told a story, perhaps you've heard it before, about a small village that one day was overcome by an epidemic, and 10 people were taken away by this epidemic. And outside of the village, there lived a saint. And so the head man of the village walked up to the ashram of the saint, and he said to him, "Oh, great Mahatma, please can you help us? This epidemic has come and it's killing many of our people. Can you do something? And the sage said, I will try. I will call the Ashura, the devil who is responsible for this epidemic, and see what we can do. And so that day, the Mahatma, in very deep meditation, called to his presence the actual form of this Ashura, and he said, now, what's up? You know quite well that this village is under my protection, and yet you have come here and you have killed 10 of my people. Why is this? And the Ashura answered, I'm really sorry. There's nothing I could do. It was their karma to die at this time. And the Mahatma said, well, I understand this, but now know very well that all of these people are under my protection and you can't touch them. Agreed? And the Ashura said, all right, you are more powerful than I am. And so he disappeared, and the very next day, the headman of the village went to the Mahatma again and said, oh, Master, did you intercede on our behalf? And the Mahatma said, yes. And the Ashura promised me that he would not touch anyone. And the headman of the village said, but something has gone wrong because 100 people overnight have died. What's the problem? And so the Mahatma called to him again, the Ashura, and said to him, we had an agreement. What is wrong? You know that my light is more powerful than your darkness. And the Ashura said to him, oh, Swamiji, I have absolutely kept our agreement. I took away the first 10, but the other 90 died from fear. So what would Master tell us these days? I think he is telling us, fear not. Birth, life, death are one, veils of thy love. Master would tell us, I have given you everything you need. I have given you Kriya to strengthen yourselves inwardly. Use it more deeply, use it more. And I have given you the technique that protects you and strengthens you and gives you resistance from all negativity from outside, the energization exercises. Master is saying to us, I am giving you through this moment, through this situation, an opportunity to appreciate, to use, to practice more deeply, and to feel my love through these practices. So let's do and appreciate and honor what Master has given us. Jesus said to the disciples, so many come here and call me Master, Master, but they don't do what I say. We are true disciples, and we will do what the Master has taught us. So I encourage all of us, let's do our Kriya more deeply, and let's every day practice with great joy, with great devotion, the energization exercises. And while we practice, let's realize that every time we tense with will, relax and feel what we are feeling is the flow of light, the flow of divine power and energy that is transforming every one of our cells from matter into light. We are beings of light, and in this way, the Master is with us and will always be near us. May we all be blessed to remain in the living presence of the Masters. Jai Guru.